Hello everyone, welcome to this IELTS Masterclass for Band 8. Whether you are academic or general training candidate, this session is packed with practical strategies that can actually help you sail from Band 6 or 7 all the way up to Band 8 and even beyond. So grab a notebook, stay focused, and let's begin. Strategy number 1, try to predict the answers before you actually listen to the recording. Take 30 seconds before each section to read the questions and predict the kind of information that would be required to fill in the gaps. For example, the session will be held on blank. So what kind of information would be required here? Probably a day or a date. So start looking for options like 10th of April or Monday, Tuesday, etc. When you read the questions and try to predict the type of information required, your brain becomes a scanner and you automatically catch the information the moment it appears in the listening. Strategy number 2, listen for paraphrasing, not the exact words. IELTS rarely uses the same words from the question in the recording. Do you know why? Because they want to test your ability to understand the meaning, not just the ability to match the words. Let's see an example. The question says, the company provides financial advice. And the audio could be like, they help clients manage their money wisely. Did you see that? Provides advice has been rephrased as helps, and financial has been given as money. Clients, it is the same people who actually receive this advice. So that's a paraphrase, not identical, but the meaning is same. So this way, most of the question words will be paraphrased. So listen for the meanings, not for the exact words. Strategy number 3, stay alert for distractors. In IELTS, examiners love to lay traps for you. So you have to be careful. Sometimes a speaker may say one thing first and then change it later on. So you have to decide which one is correct. Let's see an example. I was going to book a flight for Monday, but Tuesday works better for me. So the flight booking will be for Tuesday and not Monday because the speaker later changed it. In some scenarios, the correct information is given first and then confusion is added. Let's see an example. You should take bus 22 to get there. Actually, the 24 is faster during the day. However, it's usually overcrowded and you may not be able to fetch a ticket. So don't take a risk. So which bus number has been suggested here? Bus 22. So the correct answer was given first, but later on, there was confusion added to it. Sometimes candidates start doubting themselves. Don't do that. Just stay alert for these distractors and understand what actually the speaker is trying to say. And finally, strategy number 4, if you miss an answer, move on to the next. Don't get stuck on that particular question. One missed answer won't break you, but losing focus might. Even top scorers in IELTS listening sometimes miss 1 or 2 answers, but that's okay. What sets Band 8 candidates apart is they never panic. They don't lose focus. If you miss an answer, instead of rewinding in your mind and trying to guess the answer, just move on to the next question. Now moving on to the reading module. Strategy number 1, skim for the main ideas. You should always spend 2 to 3 minutes skimming the passage before you actually read the questions. You should tell yourself what that paragraph is all about. For example, paragraph A is about honeybee navigation. Paragraph B is about experimentation. Paragraph C has a survey involved. This would actually help you locate your answers quickly. Strategy number 2, scan for the keywords. In your questions or the question statements, you should highlight the keywords. These are the words that actually help you look for the answers. Once you highlight these words in the questions, start looking for them in the paragraphs or the passage. Sometimes you may not be able to find the exact words, but you will be able to trace their synonyms. For example, in this question, we can highlight researcher and bird migration. Now in the text, this may appear as, the scientists found the temperature plays a role in seasonal movement of birds. So movement of birds or bird migration. The second keyword researcher, it is given as scientist. Since we've found the keywords in the text, we can scan for the answer. This will be done by reading more carefully. Strategy number 3. Master paraphrasing skills. IELTS loves to test meanings rather than the exact words. Sometimes the correct answers are hidden in a paraphrased language. So you are actually matching the meanings. You should match the idea even when different words are used. Let's see some examples. The passage could say a rise in unemployment, whereas question could be given in this form. More people are losing their jobs. The passage could mention mandatory training, whereas the question could say compulsory educational programs. In the passage, there could be a reference to the residents of the area, whereas the question could say local people. Now you can see these are different phrases, but their meanings are same. So there's a match. Now how to recognize paraphrasing? By recognizing synonyms, word class changes, and the changes in sentence structures. Sometimes even opposites or antonyms are also given. They may also direct you towards the correct answer. So your focus should be on the meanings, not the exact words. I can assure you if you master these strategies, you will be able to crack IELTS reading easily. Now let's move on to the writing module. Strategy number 1. You should understand the task. You should know what the task is actually asking. For academic task 1, you will be given a visual and you have to describe it and write a report in at least 150 words. Your focus should be on describing trends, comparing data, grouping related information logically, and using a formal and objective tone. Your focus should be on following the correct tone, polite, formal or informal depending on the type of letter, including all the bullet points, being clear and structured, and finally making your purpose absolutely clear. For task 2, whether it is academic or general training, you will have to write an essay in at least 250 words. Your focus should be on presenting a clear opinion, supporting it with reasons and examples, using a logical structure, balancing your tone and argument, and fulfilling all the requirements of the task. To understand all these task types more clearly, more comprehensively, you can download our app and follow all the video lessons. Strategy number 2, always plan before you start writing. Top scorers don't just jump into writing, they always plan, especially for task 2. You should identify the question type, whether it is opinion-based, discussion, or problem solution-based. Brainstorm 2 to 3 main ideas, decide the structure, and then start writing. You should generate your ideas beforehand and write them on your question paper. Later on, when you start writing, after following a structure, your focus should be on these ideas only. Don't deviate from the main path. Third strategy, use complex grammar naturally. Yes, that's very important. You must always avoid forced complex sentences. Rather, you can vary your structures. Let's see an example. Fast food is convenient and when somebody eats it, although it saves time, however, it causes unhealthy problems. Well, that's a very confusing structure for me to understand. Let's see a better and improved version. Although fast food saves time, it can cause serious health problems. Or you can say, while fast food is convenient, it often lacks nutritional value. So these are complex sentences, but at the same time, they have so much clarity. You can also show cause-effect relationships in your sentences. For example, while fast food is convenient, it often lacks nutritional value. This can lead to long-term health issues such as obesity or diabetes. This way, your sentences will look more connected and organized. So you should use a mix of grammatical structures. Complex sentences, for example, although it is popular, it has drawbacks. Compound sentences, it is cheap and it is available everywhere. Passive voice, this issue is often ignored by policymakers. Relative clauses, the clauses which start with which, who, that, etc. Children who consume junk food daily may face health risks. Conditional sentences, the sentences which start with if. For example, if schools educate students early, habits may improve. Strategy number 4, usage of academic vocabulary and collocations. See some examples of Band 8 vocabulary. A significant drawback instead of a bad thing. Play a crucial role instead of it's important. Rather than using simple and overused words, your focus should be on using precise, academic, and naturally sounding phrases. They help you sound natural in the usage of high level English. That shows you are comfortable with higher level of English. Now, what are collocations? These are the word combinations that naturally go together. Native speakers use these collocations. Let's see some examples. Make a decision, not do a decision. Highly beneficial, not very good for you. So these words that go together must be used in IELTS writing as well as speaking. Now, some common mistakes related to vocabulary. First, you must avoid informal words like stuff, a lot of, thing, or get in your essays. You should also not repeat the same words like important, big, problem. Use their better versions. Last but not the least, avoid forcing advanced words into the sentences where they actually don't fit. Sometimes there are complex words which actually change the meaning of the sentence. You should avoid them if you're not sure about them. And the final strategy, you should always structure your responses. Structure them like a pro. Band-Aid essays, letters, and reports are very easy to follow. The responses have a clear structure. Each paragraph has a central idea. So you should logically organize all your paragraphs. We have different recorded lessons which will help you with each and every aspect and strategy. And finally, the speaking module. Strategy number 1, be fluent and stay natural. Just don't worry about your mistakes. Focus on smooth, confident speaking and expanding your answers. Let's see an example. Do you like reading? Band 6 answer would be like, yes, I like reading. But Band 8 answer would be, absolutely. I've always loved reading good novels. It helps me relax after a busy day. So rather than thinking what to say, at least start speaking and answer the question that has been asked from you. Strategy number 2, always extend your answers. How? You can begin with the point, provide a reason, add an example, and then you can add details. Let's see a sample answer. I prefer watching documentaries because they are educational. Just last week, I saw one about climate change that really opened my eyes. So this way, by adding more details and examples, you can explain and expand your answers. Strategy number 3, use advanced vocabulary in your speaking as well. Advanced, that means very complex words? Not at all. Let's see how you can change that. You can replace very big with enormous. You can also use idioms. They will help you sound natural. For example, it cost me an arm and a leg. That means it was quite expensive, but never overuse them. Strategy number 4, handle part 2 using a structure. For cue cards, you can create a mind map. Always plan your answer. And when you are planning, create a mind map. This mind map should have different phrases that you will be following when you are speaking. Begin with an introduction, then describe, add personal experiences, and then you should conclude your cue cards. You should use naturally sounding linking phrases like one memorable time was when, or what made it special was. So this way you will sound more natural and fluent as well. Thank you for joining this IELTS Masterclass. Remember, Band 8 is not just a dream, it is a strategy. And you've just learnt it. If you want to learn more, and if you want to delve into each and every question type or task type, then download All About IELTS app. The links are provided in the description. And I will see you in the next lesson. Till then, like and subscribe our channel. Happy learning!